It's been less than a year since Bell started his journey, and he's gone through a crazy amount of transformations and power growth. So in this video, I'm going to go over how he went from a level 1 with all E and F ranking stats to a level 5 with all of his stats SSS ranked. Now starting off at the beginning, Bell was extremely weak. He was so weak that before meeting Hestia, no other familia would take him in. They all believed he wouldn't make it as an adventurer, so they turned him away. But after meeting Hestia, he was able to become a new adventurer, having all E and F ranked stats. Even though he was weak, he was doing fine on the upper floors, growing bit by bit. Though this all changed when he ran into a Minotaur and was saved by Eyes, a level 5 adventurer at the time. This encounter plus being flamed by Bait at the bar made Bell who he is today. He not only gained a skill, Liara's Freeze, which played a huge part in his growth, but this encounter also gave him the desire to become stronger to stand next to Eyes, who was leagues above him. As for how Liara's Freeze works, this ability increases his speed of growth as long as he's in love, with how fast he grows being affected by the strength of his feelings. It's an ability that lets him catch up to the person he desires to be with. It also allows him to exceed the limits of his abilities to obtain SS and SSS rank stats, putting him above most adventurers on this level, since while they are the same level, Bell's stats will always be higher. Speaking of stats and levels, it's a good time to go over how they work. Despite what you've seen Bell do, leveling up is not easy. A fun fact is that most of the people in Horario are stuck at level 1. Which is why even in the war game versus Freya, them having all those people makes no difference since they're all low level fodder. Which is why you saw people like Hermes saying it's impossible for them to win. Now, the reason why people are stuck at level 1 is because of how EXP is gained. If you don't know, upon joining a familia, you get graced with Fauna by the god or goddess. Fauna is basically a mark in which the gods share a portion of their power with their familia. The fauna displays the person's stats, which are made up of basic abilities. Having this mark then allows the person to gain Excelia, which is just XP. You increase your stats and gain XP by doing simple actions such as running to improve agility. Now for how to rank up, once you've hit at least a D in one basic ability and earn enough high rank Excelia, which is gained by impressing the gods, you can rank up. Now, you might be wondering, if it's that simple, why are people still stuck level 1? You would think that at least one time within their years as adventurers, they would impress the gods, but they haven't. The reason for this is because unlike regular Excelia, gaining high rank Excelia from impressing the gods isn't easy. What makes it so hard is that it can only be gained by having a great adventure. The ways to do this is by either fighting stronger opponents or overcoming near-death experiences. These are some of the few ways to impress the gods, but most people either play it safe or just don't know. An example of people who took advantage of this factor is Eyes and Freya's familia. Before Bell came along, Eyes held the title for the fastest person to reach level 2. Bell did end up taking the title from her by doing it within a month, but someone doing it within a year was simply unheard of, and the reason why people thought Bell was lying when he said he did it within a month. She then went on to find out that tougher adventures against stronger opponents helps you level like crazy. So she threw herself in tough situations and ended up hitting level 6 in around 4 to 5 years. We recently found out that the person she was trying to catch up to was Otaro. Now going to Freya, the reason her familia is so strong is because they fight each other constantly, causing near-death experiences. We got to see this when they almost killed Bell multiple times when he was training with them, but they put each other into tough battles, and with the use of their healer they can keep going, which is the reason why they're so strong. Speaking of Freya, a big portion of Bell's growth was because of her. While her methods were crazy, from the grimoire she gave him to the monsters she sent after him throughout the seasons, she played a major role in his growth. If none of these happened, Bell wouldn't have grown as fast. All of these close fights helped him rank up and grow at a crazy rate. The Silverback gave him his first actual fight and increased his stats, then the close fight against the Minotaur gave him enough high rank Excelia to level up. This encounter versus the Minotaur also ended up with him having all S rank stats. He might have had them before this fight, I'm not fully sure, but it gave him his ability Argonaut. This ability allows him to charge up his power for 3 to 5 minutes, depending on his level, and put it all into a single powerful attack that can strengthen his other attacks or spells. He makes full use of this on the magic Freya gave him from the grimoire Firebolt. While Firebolt shouldn't be very strong since it's chantless, Bell's stats make it overpowered. Then with the use of Argonaut, it's a terrifying spell. This combo is so strong, he used it on the sword to tie an attack with Otaro, a level 7 adventurer. Now, obviously Freya's not the only reason he grew, since he did end up sparring with Eyes, beating a floor boss with everyone, winning a war game versus the Apollo family and more, which gave him massive amounts of XP, but she did do a lot for him. Even this season, while the training was cruel, Bell sparring against level 6s grew his power to a whole nother level. He became way stronger since her method of getting her familia close to death and reviving them makes full use of near-death experiences. Also, the training was so harsh that anyone would grow in those circumstances, resulting in crazy amounts of XP. This not only gave him more battle experience, but also made his stats insane. He ended up with triple S's in all categories with insane numbers. As for what Bell's current stats are, at level 5 he sits around SSS 1k in all stats. While that sounds crazy, he's even stronger. If you don't know, when ranking up, you get a massive boost to all your stats, but it also causes your current stats to go down to 10. While that sounds bad, your previous stats are still there, they're just hidden as the baseline for your new level. So his total stats are even higher since the old numbers don't get erased. If we add up all his stats, he sits around 5,000 in every stat. Due to how fast he can grow, stat-wise he always sits a few hundreds or more above others. His training with Freya's Familia also ended up giving him his new ability, Vanadis Tavere. It regens his stamina and raises all his stats by a significant amount while being affected by charm. This ability will probably play a huge part this season, but that was Bell's transformation. If you like these type of videos and want to see more, you can let me know by liking and subscribing. Also, make sure to click the video on the screen to see more DanMachi content.